Hey, what's up guys? This is Eek, and today I'm going to show you how to make a simple beat or hip hop beat or whatever. So yeah, let's get started. I always start out with my kicks, and I got a Vengeance Trap sample pack. It's something with more punch, like that or something. We want to be in the tempo of, well, let's do 90, like 80 to 110. It's usually the right tempo. Let's get a simple snare. That's fine. That's just whatever you feel like doing. Like that. Let's go right click, and you can fill each 2 steps in the beat so you have a little rhythm going. I always make the sample cut itself so it stops when it plays again. I kind of do that with everything just to be sure, but you can obviously set it up with envelopes like this. You can go in, engage the envelope, turn the attack down, turn the hold all the way up, turn the decaying down to the, turn the sustain down, turn the release down, and you can tell. See how it gets cut out? You can tell it when to stop. And then you can release, or release the release and the sustain. So you get a tail, but I usually don't use it. It just depends on what I want to tighten up or what. Now it's usually, the snare is on this first red block. Ba-boom. And I usually just like use my mouth. That's not gay. To get a feeling of what I want to do, like with the beat. I kind of want it to have a little bounce, so, which usually hip hop does. So I go into a snap tab up here in the top left of the playlist window, and you go to 1/3 step, and it enables triplets. I think is what I'm calling it. You can set it up like here, like a hi-hat, and you can right click and go into the piano roll. Just make sure it's checked or whatever, and you have it in here for like finer edits. So it's a little bounce to it, so it's like that 1 2 3 1 2 3 or whatever. It's just whatever you want to do. Obviously this is like used in a lot of hip hop, Will Smith shit. We get a little fancy with it at the end here. The velocity, you just go to note velocity. I like to decrease the volume of some of the hi-hats just to give it some more variety. So I noticed this kick has it's like hanging around a little bit too long, the end tail here. So I can either, this out button, you can have the volume fade out a little bit. See how it's like decreasing? Because it's sounding too big, I noticed. So I want it to be a little bit quieter, a little bit tighter. Let's add a little bit more variation with the kick and the snare. Yeah, let's do some variation with this kick. And what we can even do is go grab a different kick, and it's just whatever we want. And we can put it in here, and we can have even more variation instead of just the same kick rolling. See, this one's a little bit too tight, or a little bit too fat at the end. It's a big fat kitty. So it's just it's your call. It's whatever you want to do. Let's add more hi-hats. That might be a little less aggressive. And let's layer it with the kick to give it more high end on the kick, kind of. So now what I want to do is I'll highlight by right-clicking all the hi-hats, and I want to organize it a little bit in the mixer. So I'll put my hi-hats here. This is what I do. I just always put my hi-hats in one bus, and I'll take the rest, highlight them, and I can Control Alt L. Just kidding. Control Shift L. And I'll put whatever you highlighted into its own little bus there. So I can mix it, EQ it, compress it, whatever you want to do with it. And I'm just going to route. I already have it set up so my drums have its own separate bus. So I route all my drum stuff to the drum bus, obviously. And I'll go ahead and open up a Maximus. Sometimes I'll take the EQ and just scoop out frequencies that I don't like. So, see the range of what is not being used? It's just high frequencies, so I'll just take it and scoop it. To taste, obviously. Okay, so everything is like really compressed because these are Vengeance samples. So I really don't need to do much. If anything, I would just need to turn up the volume on the master band. But I can match it accordingly to what instrument I'm messing with or whatever. Let's take a citrus, I guess, and put it on default. And what I'm going to do now is like make a bass or something. Okay, so I got a beat, and you just gotta listen to the beat and like kind of like just feel the moment, bro, and let's make something cool. Okay, so I have a sine wave. That's like your basic wave, the most simplest of waves. So I want to activate this volume envelope and drag everything over here and make it a little bit more pluckier. So now I'm going to take operator 2 and put it into 1. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of this bass line here. So I'll probably want to emphasize it or make it more, to make it more impactful. I'll probably like do something, it's kind of like copying the kick or like lining up with the kick a little bit. So I'll just add the 2 notes where the kick hit. I could be happy with that, or I could mix it up. Alright, that's fine for now. Shut up, I'm making a tutorial! Alright, so we have that bass line going. So what I'll do now is put this bass line into this sidechain bus. Now the sidechain bus is for when you don't want your kick to clash, because your fat kick is fat, it's a big fat kitty. You don't want it to clash with other frequencies, such as other basses, which are in the same range frequency-wise. So they clash and they try to battle to be the best, and they can't be the best. There can only be one. So you have to get the signal of the kick to lower the volume or sidechain other sounds so it doesn't clash. So obviously you want your kick to be the loudest because the kick and the beat are what should be the loudest. I guess it depends on what song, but it's mostly every song. So I want to route this. I'm going to route whatever I want sidechained into the sidechain bus. And this limiter here is going to help us duck the volume of the bass there. So, but first we want to set it up with this kick. You right click the sidechain switch right there, sidechain to this track, and you'll get only the signal of the kick going in, not the whole kick. Don't route it in. So you click Sidechain on the limiter, on the compression side of the limiter. Sidechain, there's the kick, and you can see it activated up there. You adjust the threshold. Yeah, you're just kind of reducing clashing by lowering the volume with sidechaining. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you're confused about it. Alright, so I think I'll make some quick chords. I'm using Harmor. You don't have to use Harmor, you can use anything. And I'll put these chords in the same sidechain bus. We're in C, I think major. Sounds so cheesy. And we'll make some like hippity hoppity chords. That was easy. Harmor has this vibrato mode here. They can activate with the depth and the speed. Just set it to taste. And this has a envelope for vibrato depth, pitch for vibrato depth, not depth. And you can tell it how fast the vibrato hits. So like I turn the depth all the way up, and then it will activate at the end. And then I'll turn on the unison. Let's compress it. You just I would go on the heating usually, and just adjust the amount. Maybe chorus. Now it's a little too loud, so let's turn it down. And since we added another thing that's being ducked, we got to go back to the limiter and kind of adjust it, or check it out and see what's going on. See, there's the kick coming in, and it's lowering it, so I think we're good. Alright, let's EQ this a little bit. Maybe some reverb. And let's automate the on-off switch so it turns off when we're done with it. And then we can really push the reverb more since it turns off by itself. Just gives it a more spacey feel. And we can even add more to it. Reverb is a little too much. There's a stereo separation right here for the reverb. You can activate that. Let's add a simple piano. I have Native Instruments, the Maverick, and you can use whatever piano you want. So I'm going to create a quick melody. So I like to, since we're in C, I like to start obviously in C, and have it play over and over like this, just to get a feel for it. And I like to mess with the fifths above it too, which is a G. Alright, that's a little too simple, so we're in this third step, so we got to remember we can use that to our advantage, and we can do this. Gives a little bounce to it. And actually, let's do something more fun with these chords. Let's just have this go an octave up. And what we'll do is put on the portamento so it sounds like weird. And it slides, but when the portamento is on, if one note plays and another note plays, there's like a little slide between each note, so it's like doing whatever it's in the middle. You hear it, and the more you turn it up. Let's go back to this piano. See how I like jump from stuff? I always do that. So something probably could fit right there. Let's do the octave above, C. That's fine. And then I copied and pasted this whole thing and I put it up an octave. Turn down the reverb. It sounds cool, but what we can do now is go to the tools and put on the strum, and we can make it a little bit more realistic sounding. So it's delaying some of the octave up a little bit. We can see, so it gives it a little bit more fun feel. So that's cool. So now we can add more stuff. It's all about adding layers, stack the layers, like aces say. But I got this sound font from Squid Font Orchestral, and it's basically for free. Well, it's for free. So go grab it. I forget what it's called in Italian. And we're going to do the same thing. Just copy what we did with the piano, paste it to what we're going to do with the strings. Oh, that's not the right one. So I usually like scoop out the lower mids, maybe boost the highs to give it a more crisp feel. And we probably don't want to add reverb to this because we already have reverb on the piano. We don't even really need it that loud. We can just turn it down. Okay, so I'm thinking I want like a vocal sample or something. So let's say I like this O or something, and it's really loud. But it's not quite in the key, so I'll take it and put it on stretch mode or put it on generic mode or whatever. And we can take the pitch and go down by semitones, which is 100. You can see in the top left, which my face is in the way, but the top left it shows you of FL Studio shows you how many cents it's going down. 100 cents is one semitone. So yeah. just gotta find the right note. We can just line up with the chords actually and just try to find it. I actually think that's the right note. What we can do is make another one. I kind of want to make it a little bit more interesting. So let's bring it up. So we brought it down. I like to go up here. Put the range to 12 because there's 12 semitones. There's 12 notes. So yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, no H. Okay. So there's so you go up octave with this, and you get this little chipmunky. Now it's slower, so we have to put it on stretch. So it's the same length, but an octave up. Or maybe you can even put it over here. See, I was like giving it like a weird, distorty, wobbly thing. So yeah, I think that's all I want to show you. How many things you can do with like a simple hip hop beat, or just like to get you started with anything really. There's like basses, and there's chords, and there's melodies, and there's layers of things that make it all one interesting collage of sound. But yeah, let me know if you like this video, and you have a lovely day. Peace.
5. Give your brain space to create. This means like avoid stressful jobs or distracting things